Hi, I'm Techie Mom Claire, who loves math, welcoming you to Techie Mom Math Channel, where you will learn math this way. In this video, we're going to compare dissimilar fractions in an easy way. Which of the two fractions is bigger? Is it 3/5 or 4/7? So if we have to convert this to its decimal equivalents, 3/5 is 0.60, then 4/7 is 0.57. So we can see here that 3/5 is greater than 4/7 because of its decimal equivalent. Then if we're going to use long division, 3 divided by 5, so we place the decimal point after 3, then add 0, and then we have to align the decimal point also here on top. So 3 divided by 5, or rather 30 divided by 5 is 6. Then 6 times 5 is 30. Therefore, 3/5 is 0.60. Then here we have 4 divided by 7. So the decimal point is placed after 4, then add 0, and then align the decimal point here on top also. Then 40 divided by 7 equals 5. Then 5 times 7 is 35. Then 40 minus 35 is 5. Bring down 0. Then 50 divided by 7 equals 7. Then 7 times 7 is 49. So 50 minus 49 equals 1. Therefore, 4/7 is 0.57. Then, if we're going to cross multiply, that means we have the denominator of the second fraction to be cross multiplied with the numerator of the first fraction. So we have 7 times 3 equals 21, and then 5 times 4 equals 20. So we have 21, which is greater than 20. Therefore, 3/5 is greater than 4/7. Next, we have 7/9 and 5/6. So the decimal equivalents for these two fractions, we have 7/9 is 0.78 and 5/6 is 0.83. Therefore, 5/6 is greater than 7/9 because the decimal equivalent of 5/6 is 0.83, whereas 7/9 is 0.78. Then, if we're going to cross multiply, 6 times 7 is 42. Then 9 times 5 is 45. So we have here 42 is less than 45. Therefore, 7/9 is less than 5/6. We have the proof why we can cross multiply the numerators and denominators when comparing dissimilar fractions. So let us say we have 7/8 and 4/5 to be compared. Now, the least common denominator here is 40 when we have this 8 and 5 as the denominators. So we have this 40, the LCD, divided by the denominator of the first fraction, which is 8, that is equal to 5. Then times the numerator, which is 7. So we can have this 5 times 7 over 40. Then this 4/5, the LCD is 40. So 40 divided by 5 is 8. Then times the numerator 4. So we have 8 times 4 over 40. Then 5 times 7 is 35 over 40. Then 8 times 4 is 32 over 40. Now, if we divide 7/8, the decimal equivalent is 0.88, and then 4/5, its decimal equivalent is 0.80. So we can see here that 7/8 is greater than 4/5. Then, if we are going to cross multiply, that means we have this 5 times 7 equals 35. And that is what we have here above, that we are really having this 5 times 7, which you can see here, 5 times 7 over 40. Then we have 8 times 4, which is also found here in the second solution that we have, 8 times 4. So that is 32, then divided by 40. Therefore, we can see here that 35 is greater than 32. And using the decimal equivalent, 7/8 is really greater than 4/5. So we can see that this 7/8 is greater than 4/5. Next, we have 3 and 4/5 to be compared to an improper fraction, which is 25 over 7. So 3 and 4/5 is a mixed fraction or mixed number. So what we are going to do is to convert this 3 and 4/5 to an improper fraction. So the denominator is 5. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus the numerator 4, that is equal to 19. So we have already the two fractions being improper. Then if we have the least common denominator, that is 35, because we have this 5 and 7. So we simply multiply because there's no common factor. So 35. Then we have this LCD 35 divided by 5, that is equal to 7. Then times the numerator 19. Then here for 25 sevenths, we have the LCD 35. So 35 divided by 7 is 5. Then times the numerator 25. Then we have 7 times 19, that is equal to 133 over 35. Then 5 times 25 is 125 over 35. So we can see here that 133 divided by 35 is greater than 125 over 35. Then, if we are going to cross multiply, we have this denominator in the second fraction, 7, to be multiplied to 19, and that is equal to 133. So we really have here, when we had the LCD 35, that the numerator is 7 times 19, and that is what we are cross multiplying here in the 19 over 5 and 25 over 7. Then 5 times 25, that is what we have here when the LCD is 35, that we have in the numerator 5 times 25, which is equal to 135. Therefore, 133 is greater than 125. So we can say that this 19/5, when converted to its decimal equivalent, is 3.80, and 25 over 7, its decimal equivalent is 3.57. So we have this 19 over 5, which is greater than this 25 over 7. Therefore, its original fraction, 3 and 4/5, is greater than 25 over 7. For number 3, we're going to compare 3 over 11 and 4 over 10. So its decimal equivalent, you have for 3 over 11, it is 0.27, and 4 over 10 is 0.40. So 3 over 11 is less than 4 over 10 because of its decimal equivalent, that 0.27 is less than 0.40. Then if we're going to cross multiply, 10 times 3 is 30. Then 11 times 4 is 44. So 30 is less than 44. Therefore, 3 over 11 is less than 4 over 10. Then we have number 4, 13 over 14 compared to 12 over 13. So for its decimal equivalent, 13 over 14 is 0.93, whereas 12 over 13 is 0.92. So the decimal equivalent of 13 over 14 is greater than the decimal equivalent of 12 over 13. Therefore, when we cross multiply, 13 times 13 is 169. Then 14 times 12 is 168. So 169 is greater than 168. Therefore, we can say that 13 over 14 is greater than 12 over 13. We have another way of comparing fractions. Let's say we have 10 over 9 and 13 over 10. So we have the LCD 90 because we have 9 times 10. So for 10 over 9, for the denominator to become 90, this 9 will be multiplied by the denominator of the second fraction. That means we multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. And it does not affect the value of 10 over 9 because 10 over 10 is just equal to 1. Then on the other side, for 13 over 10, to make 10 90, we multiply this by the other denominator, which is 9. So we multiply both numerator and denominator by 9. So we have this 13 times 9 and then 10 times 9. Therefore, 10 times 10 is 100, then 10 times 9 is 90. Then here we have 13 times 9, which is 117, divided by 10 times 9, which is 90. So we can already see here that this 100 over 90 is less than 117 over 90. Now, for its decimal equivalence, this 10 over 9 is equal to 1.11 and 13 over 10 is 1.30. So, we can see here that this 100 over 90 is less than 117 over 90. Therefore, 10 over 9 is less than 13 over 10. For the second example, we have 3 and 4/7 compared to 3 and 3 over 9. So, both mixed fractions. Therefore, we have to convert this to an improper fraction, this 3 and 4 over 7. So, 7 times 3 is 21 plus the numerator 4. So, that becomes 25. Then over 7. Then for the second fraction, we have 9 times 3, which is 27 plus 3 equals 30. Then over 9. Therefore, we have now these two improper fractions. And the LCD is 63 because we have 7 times 9. Then, for this 25 over 7, we have to multiply this by 9 over 9 and then 30 over 9 by 7 over 7 so that the denominators will be 63. So 9 times 25 is 225 over 9 times 7 is 63. Then 30 times 7 is 210 divided by 9 times 7, which is 63. So you can see here that 225 over 63 is greater than 210 over 63. And for the decimal equivalents, 225 over 63 is 3.57. Then 210 over 63 is 3.33. Therefore, we have this 25 over 7 is greater than 30 over 9. And finally, for the mixed fractions, 3 and 4 sevenths is greater than 3 and 3 over 9. So I hope you like my video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because my mission is to make mathematics easy for you. Your Techie Mom. Thank you.